Hello, princesses, and welcome back to Not Fit for Print Beauty with me, Rebecca. It has been a while since we have seen cream bronzers. I think it was last year I actually had to do a roundup of nearly 20 of them. We'd seen so many released. So brands seemed to take a break from it, and then all of a sudden we got this onslaught of kind of 3 new ones, poof, at once. So I thought we'd look at all 3 of them together. Today, we are going to look at the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer Bronzer. This one is $30 and comes in 4 shades. I picked up the shade Sunbeam. We'll look at it in a minute. We're going to look at the Tower 28 Sculptino Soft Matte Cream Contour Bronzer. I got it in the shade Getty. This is $20 and comes in 4 shades. All of these come in 4 shades, the Laura Mercier too. And then the slightly controversial, we'll talk about it, Milk Soft Sculpt Cream Contour Stick, $24. I got it in the shade Toasted, and it also comes in 4 shades. Okay, well, let's just actually start with the controversy over the milk. We're going to go to a demo and use all 3 of these in slightly different ways. So let's start with the milk. This one is getting a lot of flack because it looks like a deluxe sample. As I often say, I'm a small person. I'm about 5'2" in real life, and I have teeny little hands, and this isn't even as big as my palm. When it came, I thought, oh, did I accidentally order the deluxe sample? Oh, I'm okay with that. I want to just try it on, for a review. And then I realized, no, this is the product. Look, Milk says, and I believe them, they don't want it to go bad. They don't want it to expire. They want you to be able to, hold it and use it and contour with it. It's not the end of the world. It's $24, but I think the fact that it is so tiny in person, and when you see ads for it and such on Instagram, it makes it look, so much, well, not that big, but it makes it look so much bigger. I think it was more of a shock value to people. I don't really think there's anything wrong with it being that small, but please know it's quite little. It is a matte cool tone. This is definitely a contour. So you guys know, and not to talk down to anyone, the difference between contour and bronzer is actually vast. Contours are much more gray toned and cool to kind of mimic shadows. They'll chisel out under the cheekbones and that kind of thing. Whereas a bronzer generally is a little more warm toned, warms up the face, goes around the perimeter of the face. They could be used together. And a lot of times people do what we tend to jokingly call, brontouring, which is kind of a mixture of the two. But this is really, I'm going to use it kind of to bronzer because that's my thing. But really, this is a traditional contour and in all 4 shades, and we will swatch that in a moment. The Tower 28, same thing. These are much more neutral based, also a definite contour. You can use it to kind of bronzer, but this really isn't to add warmth. And this one's a little bit more neutral to the Milk, which is much cooler. Why would this information matter to you? Some people out there really get into the contour and really use it as a tool and are quite good at it. So I did want you to know this one, the Milk, is going to go a lot cooler than the much more neutral shades in the Tower 28. And then that is $20. Tower 28, always affordable. $24 for the Milk, both cream products. And then last but not least, this is much more of a liquid. Laura Mercier, of course, is famous for her tinted moisturizers. The brand has just a ton of them. This is kind of that same theme, but in a bronzer. This could be mixed with a tinted moisturizer, which is actually what we're going to do today. It'd also mix in with any foundation you like, or it can just be added to contour to give warmth, to bronzer. Giving warmth is definitely the wrong word because contour shades do have a bit of coolness to it, but this is nice because it's a liquid, so it mixes really well with anything you want to mix with. And we're going to try all 3. Let's swatch them first here in natural light, and then we'll take them outside into the warm California sunshine. First of all, we have our Laura Mercier product here. Let's just kind of talk about the different shades of it, and I'm just trying to get it there on my arm, and then we'll kind of blend it out a little bit. That works a bit better, I think. And again, you can see that's very cool. That is the Laura Mercier. Then let's go to the Tower 28, which I will just swatch with my finger. Have you tried the Tower 28 cream products? They're very nice, kind of grippy feeling, which I like actually. doesn't really go anywhere on the face. And there you go again. So we have Laura Mercier, but I like to mix this in, you'll see. And then we have the Tower 28 product, and then our mini little Milk, I don't want to make fun of it, you'll see, is the coolest of the bunch. Again, I got all of these come in 4 shades, and all 4 are kind of neutral to cool. Milk being the coolest of them. Let's take this outside right now into the warm California sunshine. Take a look at these on my arm, outside in that same order. Milk is the last towards my wrist, and we of course have Tower 28 in the middle, and Laura Mercier right there in the front. Right there starting it all off. Really kind of interesting products, and very much for those of you who really enjoy a good chiseled out contour. And if you do, come and give one to me. I would love a nice contour if you would, please. Right now we are going to do a demo with all 3 products. I don't want you to miss it. Stay right there. Hey there, I got nothing on my face. Look, we have 3 bronzers, and I thought, let's try to use them a bit creatively. And because the Laura Mercier is their tinted moisturizer bronzer, they do recommend that you can, or they suggest, I should say, that you can use it in combination with your favorite Laura Mercier tinted moisturizer. So let's do that for our base. Let's do a little bit of a glowy look. It's winter time. I mean, why not? So this is the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer Light Revealer. There's so many different versions of the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer. So let's just shake it up a little bit. And I'm thinking we don't want to go too glowy. That's going to look silly. So maybe 3 to 1, I'm thinking. Let's see how that works. So I'll do 1, 2, 3. I'm just kind of eyeing it. That was kind of 4. Shh, don't tell anyone. And let's add a little bit of this to my hand, mix it up, and put it all over my face. If it doesn't work, we'll take it off. It's just makeup. Okay, 1, a generous 1. Okay, I don't know why I was singing. All right, and I have here a Sonia G Fusion brush. You know I like those for liquid products. So what I've kind of done here is just basically mixed a glowy, bronzy, tinted moisturizer-y foundation for myself. So let's see if we like it. I better run it down the neck. I know that the Light Revealer tinted moisturizer is a good shade. So if the shade isn't working, it's going to be the fault of the bronzer. But I kind of did 2 to 4. So I kind of did a halfsies there, right? And I know it looks like I'm just ravaging my face here. I'm not at all. I'm being very gentle. You can tell I get complaints. So I pre-addressed the complaints. Okay, what do you guys think? I mean, I don't have any concealer on or anything like that. What do you think? Not bad. Definitely gave it a bit of glow. And I'm thinking you could probably mix this in with any old foundation that you want to add a little bit of color to. That's awfully pretty. Not mad at that at all. Let me fix myself up just a little bit. I'll just, get some concealer on, and then let's try our Tower 28 and our little mini Milk product here. We'll give 1 each side of the face, okay? Stay right there. Okay, we're back. And now we're going to try these 2 bronzer contour. Let's start with this mini Milk. Boy, is it a little guy. And these are contour sticks, which means they're more of a kind of a cloudier gray look. By the way, to get off this little cover on top, you just got to push up the product a little bit. There we go. I just thought I would tell you that. These are really for contouring. So that means they're going to have more of a gray tone to them and be a little less warm. I still don't contour. I still use even a contour stick to kind of add depth or warm up, misusing the word because they're not warm, but you know what I mean. So let's use this little mini Milk eye along the hairline here, down my face. And as you can see, it is very cool, creating a kind of a shadow. And then we're gonna just kind of blend it in and see what we think. So we have the Milk on this side of the face, trying to see a little bit of scent there. And I do think that added depth to my face. You can see the difference. I'm looking in the viewfinder here between this side of my face and that. And this side right here is the Milk side. all over the face, we do have the Laura Mercier. I'm going to be very bronzed today. Let's dip into the Tower 28. And for that, I brought over a Charlotte Tilbury. I use this with her cream. It's clean, but I use it with her cream bronzer, which I like very much. So let's use the Tower 28 in much the same way, even though this is a much cooler product, really for contour, but I'm just going to kind of use it to give my face a little bit of warmth, to kind of misuse that, but you know what I mean. Okay, so this is a slightly different look, and I've applied it in a slightly different way. I applied it much kind of in more broad strokes, and I want to see what you think of it there. This could also be really pretty if I grab this brush here, let's say, and let's just use this Tower 28 product. I kind of like it a little more just, you know, for the layout of it, and just kind of, look, I can put some into the crease of my eye. It just kind of pulls things together, I think, very nicely. So we have the Tower 28 on this side and that little mini milk on this side. The milk is a lot cooler, and for those of you who really like to contour, the teeniness of the stick here, getting away from people feeling that it was a ripoff, getting completely away from that. The way that you can hold this and the really shadowy kind of cool tones to it will really work for those of you who love a chiseled out contour. I always joke, but not such a joke, that I could use one. I just don't ever aim to do one. But these are all actually quite pretty products. And if we wanted to, you know, we could take this Laura Mercier and really kind of do the same with it and kind of put it along the hairline and blend it in. Now I'm just kind of overusing product and being a bit silly about it, but you don't have to just mix it with your, moisturizing cream or your foundation. I actually kind of liked it that way, and I think it suits it because of the way it's dispensed and such. But I think these are all really pretty products. I do agree that the milk, you feel a little bit like, really? You gave me a deluxe sample? I agree. I'm not someone who jumps on board and dog piles on brands. It's not my style, but you know, I'll give the critics that much. The rest of these products, this Tower 28 as usual, is incredibly affordable, sweet little product. For those of you who like to contour, I really think you'd like it a lot. And I like it with that broad brush just kind of sat in there. And like I said, though you can use the Laura Mercier just around the edges, I liked it mixed in with a Laura Mercier tinted moisturizer or a moisturizer or even foundation of your choice. I think it's quite nice with it and just a little bit subtle. All three very good products, but I recommend the Laura Mercier to give yourself a little bit of a summer glow during the winter, and the Tower 28 if you're a contour nut. Nothing wrong with the milk, but it's a little tiny. All right, let me know what your thoughts are down below. That's what makes us a community. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I sure hope that you did. Hey, if you haven't already done so, please make sure that you subscribe to this channel so we can keep our momentum going. And don't forget, come over and say a big hello over on Instagram and TikTok too. You can participate a little bit more if you like by giving super thanks or by becoming a member. We now have weekly members only lives. We have a lot of fun, and I will be doing a full community live actually very soon. Information on that to come. But in any way that you choose to participate, I'm just thrilled to have you here, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next video. Bye-bye.